Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you a brief tutorial on how to use Google Classroom. I'm going to show you how to get to it, how to log in, how to find your classes, and then all the things that you can do once you are in a class. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is open up an internet browser, and at the top you're going to type in classroom.google.com. That's going to take you to a login page. Now here you can see where I have logged in on this computer before. It's saved my account. If you have not done that before, you're going to need to click either use another account, or if it's the first time you've ever logged in, it might say add a new account. So I'm going to go ahead and click that like this is the first time I've logged in. Then you're going to need to add your email and password. Now, this will always be your student's school email, not a personal email or a parent email. That's really important because to access our Google Classrooms, they have to have this at cumberland.kyschools.us. So our logins are always first name dot last name, and if I were a student, it would be at stu for student.cumberland.kyschools.us. But where I'm a teacher, I'm going to go ahead and delete that part. And then you'll need to add your password. Now, this is the same password that our students use to log into their Chromebooks at school, so they should know these. If they don't, reach out to your student's teacher and they will be able to get that to you easily. So I'm going to go ahead and log in and show you what it looks like once you're logged in. So once you're logged in, all of your classes should appear. Now, if you have not ever used Google Classroom before, maybe your child is in a grade level that hasn't used it, this may be completely blank, and that's okay. For our other students that do or have used it in the past, you're going to see all your old classes. And what we're going to go ahead and ask you to do is to get rid of those. That kind of cuts back on confusion about which class I'm in and which one I'm done with. So to do that, you are going to look at any of these classes that you've got on your screen, and you're going to click the three little dots in the upper right-hand corner, like where I'm circling right now. Once you click that, there's going to be an option to archive it. And that just means it's off of your page, you don't see it, and that way you won't get confused about which classes you're currently in. So once you've got a clean slate, I don't have any classes for this year, the next step would be to join a new class. And the way you're going to do that is up here in the top right-hand corner, there's a plus sign. You're going to click that plus sign, and there's going to be an option for you to join class. When you click that, it's going to ask you for a code, a class code. All of our Google Classrooms have their own unique codes. I don't have those for you today. We will be reaching out to you guys and giving you those codes. If you are going to be one of our virtual learners, then we will get that to you somehow digitally. If you're going to be our in-school learners, then you'll get those codes the first or second day of school. So don't worry about the codes for right now. Just know that we will be getting those to you as soon as we can. Once you have typed in that code, you will see classes pop up just like mine look right here. I'm going to go ahead and open up one of those classes so that I can show you what that's actually going to look like. So this is what the home screen of your class will look like. I'm going to break it down for you and show you each part. It's going to be really important, especially this year, that you kind of know how to navigate through Google Classroom. If you are one of our virtual learners, this is going to be your platform for all of your classes. This is going to be how you get your work, how you take your tests, how you get your grades. So it's just really crucial that you understand all the parts of your Google Classroom and how to use them. And even if you're not a virtual learner, if you're an in-person learner, we're going to be using this at school a lot. And if there is ever a time when we are not able to go to school, if we all have to go to virtual learning like we did last spring, this is how we're going to get that work to you. We're not doing those traditional paper packets like we've done in the past. It'll all be digital. So it's really important that you kind of understand how to use Google Classroom. And so that's why I'm going to break it down and show it for you today. So what I have opened up right now is our VIP virtual learning page for fourth grade. So again, if you are one of those virtual learners, this is going to be kind of your go-to spot. In fourth grade, we don't have separate Google Classrooms for each class. We've kind of combined it all into one. Other grades, if you're watching this video, you may do it differently, but your teacher will kind of let you know. But no matter what class you're in, the setup is the same for each class. So when you first log on here, the first kind of section up here at the top is stream. This is kind of going to be announcements from your teacher. There's no work on this page. This is just kind of important stuff that you may need to look at throughout the year. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what fourth grade, what we have going on right here. There's a little message from Miss Stephanie. I'm going to come back to that one in a minute. Next, if you go down here, we've got this little welcome to fourth grade slide. If you click on that, it's going to give you some information just about fourth grade that might be important to you. So it opens up a Google slide. If you'll click present, it's going to take it to you like a little slideshow. So first of all, these 4 buttons, you can meet your teachers, and those are interactive. So if you click on those, I'm just going to click on mine. It will take you to a little bit of information about me. And each slide has this little button at the top that says homepage. If you click that, it takes you back to the original screen. Another good thing about this page is at the bottom of all of our info pages is our email. So if you ever have a question, need to email us and forgot what our email is, just open this up and right there it is. This also has some stuff about our fourth grade rules as well as supply lists. Also on this supply list, there's a little video that is kind of me explaining the supplies that you need and how you can go ahead and get them ready if you want to check that out. So that's the first thing that's on our Google Classroom stream page is just this welcome to fourth grade. Again, that's going to stay up all year if you ever need to refer back to it. The next thing I have up here is my virtual classroom. Our other fourth grade teachers may be adding theirs later, but I'm going to go ahead and show you what mine looks like. Even if you don't end up being in my homeroom, you can check this out at any time. I'm going to show you kind of the things that you can do from here. What I have got pulled up here is my Bitmoji classroom. So it's kind of like a peek into our classroom. And there's several things on this that you are interactive as well that you can actually do. First thing is all of our programs that we kind of use online are linked in here. So these are not just pictures. So I'm going to do AR, for example. If you click on this actual little picture of AR, it's going to open up a new tab to take you to log into AR. Same thing for Study Island, for MathWiz, for Lexia. If you click on those, they're going to take you to the login page. So that's a nice kind of collection of our online programs all in one place. If you've kind of forgotten how to get to them, you can always just, again, go back to our Google Classroom stream page, scroll down there to my virtual classroom, and there it is. So again, the stream, this is going to be like announcements. It's always a good place to start to just check to see if your teachers have given you any important information. And again, this stuff stays up here all year. I'm also going to be adding a link to this video that you're watching right now. So if you ever forget how to get to something in Google Classroom, again, you can go back to the stream and check it out there. The next tab is classwork. And this is where kind of the meat of Google Classroom is. This is where all the really important stuff is going to be found because this is going to be your day-to-day. We're going to pretend that this is the first day of school, August 13th, and I'm a virtual learner. Right here is all of my assignments for that whole day. So if I look on Thursday, August 13th, I know that all of these things need to be completed by the end of the day. And a good thing is over here to the right, it actually tells me when they're due. So these two would be due the next day. This one is actually going to be due on the 13th. So if you click on each one of these, it's going to show you. It's got some instructions here. So this was from Miss Lori's math. She tells me that I need to complete 2 units on MathWiz. Well, what if I don't remember how to get to MathWiz? Remember, I can always go back to stream, go open this virtual classroom, and right there is my button for MathWiz, and that will take me straight to it. But let's go back to Miss Lori's instructions here for a minute. So I'm going to complete my 2 units on MathWiz. I'm going to watch the instructional video here that she's posted, and I'm going to complete this assigned worksheet. The good thing about the Google Classroom is it's set up as you don't have to save it or send it or email it. When you get done, there will be a little button that says submit and you're done, and it will tell Miss Lori that you've turned it in. So there's my math. Here's an assignment from Miss Stephanie for reading. I'm going to read the passage and complete a little quiz. And then here's my science work. I'm going to go ahead and pull up just a few of these science things just so you can kind of see what that looks like. So here for science, it says open instructions first. So if I were to click on that, it looks like I've got some step-by-step instructions for what I'm supposed to do. It also tells me to complete this little About Me activity. And then finally, it tells me to take this little quiz, this 5-question quiz. So Google Classroom is really nice because it compiles everything you need into one spot. And again, we are setting this up in 4th grade so that each day you will see a new header that is the day's date, and then everything you need to do is under that one spot. You shouldn't have to go anywhere else to find what you need to do for that day. So that's all together. The last thing I want to show you is a good way to reach out to us if you need help on Google Classroom. If you go over to People, you will see everybody that's currently in that class. Now, again, right now we only have one student, Miss Casey. But if there were other students, you would see all of your classmates. But the big thing I want to show you is you see your teachers. So let's say that you're having trouble with something. And you need to reach out to one of us. If you will click over here, the 3 little dots beside a teacher's name, so if I needed to reach out to Miss Stephanie, I can click those 3 little dots and click email, and it will actually pull up an email for me to email Miss Stephanie or whoever I need to email. So that's a really good way for you guys to reach out to us if you have a question about an assignment or really about anything. Email is always an option. Real quick, there's one more thing I want to show you. I know most of you all last spring when we went virtual, you did a Google Meet with your teacher. So Google Classroom has added kind of a new neat thing to make that a little bit easier for us. And I'm actually going to switch classrooms real quick so you can see what this looks like from the student perspective. I'm going to go over here to Miss Cassie's class that I've joined. So if you look at the top here, there's a link that says Meet Link. And this is what it will look like for you as a student, whatever Google Classroom you're in. They'll all have this. If your teacher has scheduled a Google Meet, so say she says, all right, guys, we're going to do a Google Meet at 5 o'clock on Thursday. At 5 o'clock on Thursday, you can go to your Google Classroom and you will click that link and it will automatically put you in the Google Meet. You don't have to have any codes. You don't have to go to any other websites. It's all right there. It is really important to note that if you try to click that link without your teacher starting a meet, it will not work. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. If I were to click that and Miss Cassie hasn't joined or hasn't scheduled a Google Meet, it's actually not going to let me join this. It will say getting ready, camera is starting, and I will be able to get in, but it'll say nobody else is here. So I'm here, but I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody else. So because of that, it's just really important that you know, don't try to go to a meeting until your teacher has actually said there's going to be a meeting, or you might get confused as to why it's not working. So that's just a really brief overview of Google Classroom and what it looks like. Again, we will be getting you those codes very soon, and you can go ahead and join, especially if you are a virtual learner. If you have questions about anything that I just showed you or anything else about Google Classroom, feel free to reach out to one of us and we will get back with you as soon as we can. We are looking forward to this year and we will talk to you guys soon. See you later.